Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to my workshop and to his workshop. Let's bring him in. We thought we'd do something a little bit different today.
Hi guys, hello and welcome to
We've
me.
been having a chat and someone was saying yesterday about speed turning challenge. Now we don't want to do speed turning. Speed turning is going to be dangerous and that's not what we want to promote. But
Speed turning with professionals is okay, but we're both amateurs. We might be better amateurs than some, but I don't feel confident in speed turning and an accident happened and then it picked up by the YouTube gods and the monitors and everyone saying, well, Keith did it. There's no reason why we can't. So no, we'll do a challenge, but we won't do it speed. It won't be timed. It'll just happen as it happens.
So I thought what we'll do today, I started turning now 2016. When I first started, I bought a Clark lathe. I bought some shitty, horrible Chinese tools, and then spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I don't know how much on sandpaper. I then met Keith through the West Sussex Woodturners, and Keith became my mentor. And the rest, well, I'm here now.
Almost history.
The rest is almost history. So we thought we'd go back to my roots, should we say? And we're going to turn something together. So we're both going to put our own spin on some mushrooms or some fungi, whatever you want to call them. We're going to do it one at a time so we can watch one person turn.
It'll be full screen, and the other one's going to earworm for earworming for each other.
Yeah. So we're gonna, we're gonna try this, see how it works. Right. I need to go small, and you need to go big.
And I need to change the camera.
No, that's not working. This might. See, this is, bear with us, guys, because this is all like new to us.
Is like new technology.
That ain't working. No, that will be big. We want you big. That ain't gonna work. All right, I think what we're gonna have to do, Dad, is we're gonna have to stay like this for the time being.
Okay.
Sorry, guys and girls. I don't know how to put me in the background and you up big. I say we're trying this. If it goes well, then we're going to try it again with the idea of getting other turners to come on as well. So we can all put different spins on different things and show how we do things differently. So while you're getting ready, I'll read out who's in the chat. So we have.
I'm ready to go. Let me just say this is 4.5 diameter and the finished article will be 6 inches long. So it's a lump of yew. I'm going to lose some of the bark, if not all of it. It's about 12 years dry, so it is dry and dusty. So I'm going to put the head on this and then we'll change over and I'll earworm for my boy.
You get going, Dad. So we have Andy H is joining us, Wood Wizardry by Colin. Lawrence, Mark Pritchard, Pete Twisted Trees, Chris Dodds, Evening from Australia.
That's 2 Aussies in then, because Amy's in.
Yeah, Amy's in. Robbo Robertson is in.
There's 3 of them.
Another Aussie. Hey, they're all coming. Mark Pritchard. IDR Woodturning Ian. Hiya, Ian. You knocked that camera there.
Yeah, that bit didn't work very well then.
John S. The Mini Maker. Amy.
Yours. Let me see if I can re-squeeze that in.
Alan Wesley, Wizardry Woodsheds, Karen Dolman, Paul Smith, Gav, and the Mole Valley Maker.
Right.
and rubbered up. Hopefully, I've got everyone.
Yeah, see, things do happen live. It does jump out. But, I've got a better grip on it now, I think. Try again. Readjust the camera. That one. I think I'll go on to a bowl gouge. Something a little bit. Oh god, done it again. I've got a new camera set up in here, guys, and it's getting used to where everything is parked, so I don't keep clouting it. Right, I'll try a bowl gouge. That's better. Not taking so much wood off, so it's a lot easier.
Sorry about that, guys and girls. That was my good lady wife. Scott, use the 3 dots in the corner of the pic to enlarge. Hey, look. Cheers, Robbo. Mixed in. Brickhouse Craftwork set. Just Lauren. Chris, the spinning with Dodger, has joined us. Terry, Wood Ninja. Stuart Hayes, good afternoon. Great that so many people are coming in.
Yeah, as we didn't know this was going to happen until last night late.
No, Steve Fleming's just joined. Well, I don't think I finished putting the thumbnail up till 1:30 this morning.
I didn't see it until this morning.
Christina Michael.
Yeah, they said they would be in.
Yeah.
Has Alan Wesley come in yet?
I've not seen him yet.
Stop and see what that looks like. Quite a nice shape down there. Just about see it on the camera. I'm not going to worry about any super.
Hey, Alan Wesley is here. Sorry, Alan, I missed him.
He's got up this time then. Last time it was a day late. Right, I'm happy with that.
I don't know. I need to have a look at my settings. It might be from last year, guys, when there was a bit of an issue between me and Nick, but we sorted that out. So that might be a faux pas on my part, and I apologise. I'll go back to my settings. I'd like to think that the past is in the past and it's all been left behind.
$120 grit. Followed by a bit of 240 grit.
Stuart Hayes is going to say, I'm not going to say what that looks like. LOL.
This is the favoured one by the ladies that come through our workshop.
Yeah, but you're turning it, so is it a left hit or is it a right hit?
Well, I'm not actually sure because it's the ladies that like it. And funnily enough, as they all come up and they pick it up and they do this. I'm not quite sure what that means.
He says, Stuart says, hope you turn in a pair.
One at a time. And I'm not doing fruit today. There's a little mark on there. I've gone back to 240 just to whip that off. There's the 400.
But I will also, I'll remind you guys and girls that at the moment, till the end of January, on my Made Me store, there is up to 70% off on some items. There's the link on the bottom of the screen. Now, I know some people might look at it and go, oh, he's charging far too less for that, or not enough. But seeing as I'm the only one earning any money in the house at the moment, that's why I've had to do it.
Needs must.
Yeah.
So that's the head sanded down. Give it a quick drink of sanding sealer. And a bit of paper to wipe off the excess. Now I use the traditional shellac based sanding sealer. It's got the meths in it, so when I wipe this off in a second, the excess, I will end up wiping the dust off as well. Can't see blue paper.
I'm watching.
Okay, that's not bad for a
No, it's really good.
pop-up, but no one expected. Not even, least of all us. So guys, this is just one of those things that Scott and I have been talking about it for some time. Something that we feel that the club could do a bit more to help turners as well as us individual turners trying to help turners. And it just sort of happened overnight over a beer last night at the end of a live. Just said, what are you doing tomorrow lunchtime? Nothing much. Right, you are now. Organised it. That's how it happens.
That's like most of our stuff, though, isn't it? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Right, sort it.
Yeah. So that's wood wax 22 on top of sanding sealer.
The Mole Valley Maker is saying, notice the tactile nature of the shape at Craftfest. Colin's saying that's the beauty of the wood. It's so tactile. I made a mushroom while the missus was in hospital and took it to her. A lot of nurses kept feeling it.
Yeah, they all do this.
Yeah.
You say to them, what are you doing? Oh, nothing.
Amy, that's awesome, Colin. Hope she's feeling better.
I'm going to put me on camera.
Are you shuffling something, Scott? Nope.
I've got me full screen.
Yeah, Robbo told me how to do it.
All right. Bloody Aussies, they're all the same.
No, it's good.
No.
We all like learning something.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. That is what we're here for.
Something.
Right, your turn, mate.
Okie dokies. Right, so let's make you small.
On. Yeah.
It's solo layer. Let's make me big. Now.
Yep.
Let's go
dust.
to the lathe. Now Keith's gone for a big one. So I seeing as I'm the boy, I'm going to go for a little one.
Because he can only handle a little one.
So again, this is a piece of yew. I don't expect the bark is going to stay on. And I want to go with the shape of the piece. I just want to really make sure that it's in the chuck.
That's a good idea, because mine wasn't almost.
How's that going? What does that look like on the camera? Cool.
Who's got a noisy mic, Robbo?
I think it's you, mate, because mine's down by my chin. And
Mine's as low as it'll go, down by my chin.
yeah, it's definitely you because I'm getting it in my ear. I'm going to go with the dreaded skew.
Still noisy?
That's a bit better.
Yeah, I think it was catching on me, tickling me whiskers.
You know what that means?
Yeah,
Got to have a shave.
I will next year. Right, let's see if I can pick up the chat.
There we do then.
So let's put it out to you guys in the chat today. Then, would anyone pair up with someone? Pair up with either Scott or myself? Do something like this over lunchtime?
It doesn't have to be a lunchtime. We could always
or an
do
evening.
it on my Thursday evening slot.
Pete says you should reposition that. Going to be real small by the time you get to roundish.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want this to be like a long, thin, toadstool type mushroom.
The widow's finger, I think, is what they're generally called.
That was
long
a catch.
and thin.
Didn't want that. Go back to the big one. At the moment, or today, I've got a.
Have we seen Wendy before, or has she just popped in?
No, Wendy must have just popped in.
Hello, Wendy. So I'm taking over. So it was. I didn't hear all of what went on to start with. Robbo, be game. We're not doing table legs, Robbo. Or chair legs. No, joking. Do whatever.
So, where was I? Forget what I was saying now.
So important. Yeah. Colin will be in if he can sort his Wi-Fi out.
Yeah.
Steve
Or even after.
And just been on the phone to BT for an hour and cheesed off. Only an hour.
After lockdown, Colin, there's no reason why you couldn't come down here. And we could do something here. Or Keith's.
Yeah. We can have two lathes running, particularly at mine.
And mine.
I'm nearly set up with cameras on both of them.
Until
off, but
the beast is sold.
Yeah.
I need to clean that and get that off. Get that posted somewhere.
So hopefully this is going to be an ongoing thing.
How are we looking? How are we looking? How are we looking?
Broaden it out to whoever wants to come in.
Little parting tool. Turn that speed up.
I've got a message from Pete Edgeler. Now he's one of the museum guys. He's the photographer for the museum. He said one of you needs to lose some weight and the other one needs some bowler hats. It's taking sod.
Right, there we go. Let's start this off. Where'd I put it?
Are you still awake, Alan? Have you nodded off? Your normal lunchtime 2 hour sleep, Mr. Wellesley?
There's nothing
No
wrong with
sleep?
that. Little lunchtime sleep.
No, it's his age that's doing it, though. We know that.
Doesn't have to be age, mate. No. I'm
He's not allowed,
38 on Monday. I'm still going to go and have a sleep.
he's not allowed out to drink, so it can't be anything else. He's
Rest
not
days are,
exhausted.
rest days are rest days for a reason.
John S. has said, and they get to pinch Keith's wood. You got to get out with it first. But there's plenty here to share.
So that was 180.
Daughter's in. Hi, Linnykins.
Hi, Lynn.
Alan's still awake.
So what we'll do, once YouTube have finished doing their processing and whatever, we'll pop this on Keith's channel as well. Don't forget to pop over to Circular Wood by Keith.
Yes, please.
Show him some love.
Like
If
my
you're not
channel.
if you're not subscribed to either channel, we'd really appreciate a subscription or a like if you enjoy what we're doing. As I said, this is a trial today.
If it doesn't go right, it doesn't go right.
No.
Then he's saying hello, Scott and Dad.
No.
She's working from home, so
I don't know if you can see it that well on the top here. There's some
bark.
worm. No, you got the bark and then you got a little bit of worm.
Can't see the worm. Camera's too far off.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take or see if I can lose that.
Usually when he says lose it, it goes in the bin. But I'm not going to say it will today.
Now, what I want to do with this one, you don't have to do all mushrooms with a base on the bottom. I've got quite a few bits of log that are like half a log. So I want to turn some thin mushrooms, plant them into half a log and make a decorative bit out of them. So that is the plan for this one. How's that looking now?
Peter Kelly's just popped in, another club member.
Hiya, Pete.
Yeah. Welcome to the madhouse, mate. Got to be mad. But,
now, Keith's, you're waxing yours, isn't you, mate?
Yeah,
I'm going to oil mine with Chestnut's lemon oil.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think as it was quite a big head to it, people are going to want to fondle it more than the small head like you got on yours. So, yeah, I agree with oil on that. But you could have used the hard wax on that, hard wax oil.
I'm not a big fan of the Chestnut's hard wax oil.
I love it.
I've got
particularly on something rough. Yeah.
I've got a tin here. I think it's been used once. Not a fan of it. All right.
It needs to be used in the warm. You can't use it in when it's cold.
No, I was using it in the summer, mate. But
right.
So there's that. Let's go.
Pete's got another tool making live to do soon. Making a sanding disc and table. Promised someone on Facebook I would do it. Would 3 p.m. UK suit anyone? Go for it, Pete. I mean, is that today or another day?
Right, Dad.
Hodge, you're late. Yeah. Let me
get on the live.
Let me find a camera.
I need a coffee.
Let me find a camera. I want that one. Right. Just adjust the camera.
Hodge, don't worry about being late, mate. It's good you can join us.
Yeah, it will be noted, but it's not an issue.
So what we're doing is we're trialing something
right.
where we're.
What does that look like, guys?
Down a little bit, mate. Down a little bit. As in back away from the tool rest, towards the wall. Lovely. And if I get rid of my banner off the bottom there, we'll be able to see it.
Don't know whether that's going to be a good idea, but there you go. Right. Start on.
There we go.
Start on the bottom bit now. So I want to leave, if I can, some bark on it. And there's some bark slapping me in the face. So that bit's not going to be there. So I'm starting with a bowl gouge only because there's more metal in it.
Wacky Works workshops in. Hiya.
Hiya, Wacky.
So do you want to leave some bark on it because you're barking mad? Boom, boom.
I know. I never used to be until I started teaching you.
Now, when you said there was going to be some Mickey taking today, all right, I thought about this and I thought we couldn't do pea taking. We'd have to do some shiitake taking. Boom, boom. Douglas Mungham has just joined.
You've been thinking about that one all night?
Yeah. I used to be a comedian in Cornwall. I got viewed off stage.
You're a bit low on volume to me. I don't know whether that's the same to everybody. Perhaps someone can put in the chat whether you can hear him too well or not.
How's that?
A bit more bark gone. Say again.
How's that?
Doesn't seem to have altered in my ear.
So, Mole Valley Makers found notable difference in innuendo content between this and Emma's. Yeah, Emma certainly had more.
I've swapped over to a spindle gouge at the moment.
Robert Hodges saying they all laugh at me already. Everyone does.
But I should be swapping between the two. Back to a bowl gouge.
And Robbo's saying we both sound okay. Cheers, Robbo.
Good. It's just that you're a bit quiet in my ear.
I bet he ain't turned the hearing aid on. That's what I reckon.
I know it's something to do with age. Like going a bit...
Oh, you heard that right then?
Yeah, we're going deaf or something. Right, now, to undercut the cap of a mushroom, let's turn this off for a second, I have made or ground up my own tool. These are autofocus cameras, so I don't know whether it's going to autofocus enough, but they're both edges are slightly round and they're both cut back.
Can you lower it down a little bit so it's against... Yeah, that's better. We can see it there. No, against the wood. It was a bit shiny otherwise.
I think I can't see with that out, but you can just see the shape of it against the wood there. But that's got a double edge as a scraper, and to me, I know it's made out of an old 1/4-inch mortise chisel, but I can pick up the edge and chase in with it.
Pete's saying you need to raise your camera a few inches. It's a bit difficult with yours at the moment, isn't it? Because you haven't got adjustable.
Didn't hear any of that, but still.
Kelly's saying you need to raise your camera a little bit. That's better.
To me, that looks out of focus.
Oh no! Put it back! Put it back! Down a little bit. Down a little bit. No, that looks focused. I think that's just where the wood's spinning. Cool. That's just burnt my retinas. That is.
Turn it off. I think I can focus this one.
No, that's in focus, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks better now. Looks better now.
So, Stuart Hayes has gone. That was scary. And Brian at Hartwood joined us.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah, it's focusing on the bed.
Hey,
And Hodges saying, that's how I will look in a mirror in a few years' time. And Joe Senior's in. Hiya, Joe. Doug Miller. Hiya, Doug. So, contrary to belief, we are not actually father and son, but that's what people call us, you know? So we just go with it. I just think I'm the one with the better look. I must be
makes
the
no
postman.
difference to me.
I must be the postman's, mate.
Yeah.
We like having a laugh and a chuckle. How we doing? 52 in. Fantastic. Thank you, guys and girls. Really appreciate it.
Well done. Thank you. I can catch bits and pieces.
And so this is a first for us. We'd like to do it more with other makers or other turners. Barry is in. Bonjour, Barry.
Is that the French Barry?
And that is the French Barry.
Morning, Baz. Been
He's
down the pastisserie shop.
He's obviously out having his pot noodle on his lunch break. Doug Miller saying he's been looking forward to this since he saw we were going to do it yesterday.
No, you're never going to do it yesterday. We're always going to be doing it today, Doug.
Yeah, no, like I think it went out.
I know what he means.
Might have gone out at like 10 minutes to midnight.
Yeah. You should realise that's my warped sense of humour.
What? What warp speed's that?
Right, sorry about the noise, guys, but that is only 1/4 of an inch mortise chisel overhanging 2 inches, so it's going to get a little bit of vibration on it. God, this is really hard.
See, Robbo is saying, out of interest, Jay, Justin, and him have been doing this for a few months.
All right, didn't know.
Fantastic. No.
Need to advertise it a bit more, Robbo. Unless you don't want the likes of Scott and me in there.
Oh, no. I love watching Robbo, especially when he's like earworming for Joe. I think it's funny. It reminds me of me and you. Maybe then we could do it. That we could have a Brit and an Aussie. Take it international.
International challenge. Well, it won't be a challenge. It'll never be a challenge. It'll just be international
turning.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Let's clean this up a bit. And hopefully, this will be the last cut on this. That's as deep as I can get with the bowl gouge. So finish that off with a spindle gouge.
Terry's saying, who's going to do the night shift for that one?
Yeah.
I'm normally up at that time watching Jay's lives anyway, Terry, so.
Right, that's the underneath cutout. Actually looks quite reasonable. I'm going to take another cut off the top here because I've just need to take this edge off. But
Mike's in, the Midnight Joker. Hiya, Mike.
Hello, Mike. See what that looks like. Still take a fraction off. One more pass on there. It's not a lot, but it's just enough to be annoying. See if I can get the spindle gouge underneath there.
Just coming up to 10 past. Pink Twisted Trees is saying he can work late on the lathe, but due to neighbours he can't use the bandsaw after 8. I'm quite lucky. My workshop is the other side of our house to any of the neighbours, and the other side of the workshop is the main road. So
I can work whatever time I like because I was here before the neighbours.
Benjamin is in. Hiya, Ben.
Hiya, Ben. Right, I'm happy with the top of that now. There is bark on there in places. I might pick it all off. I might leave it on. I'm never too fussy about that. Never get a true edge on a mushroom.
If that was me, I'd pick it off. But
yeah, I think I probably will.
This is
that was that loose anyway. Yeah, it's not stuck.
Spin on things.
I'm just peeling it off. There's one bit that's stuck, so that won't be stuck for very long now.
You know, and you could, if you wanted a dark edge there, you could always use a spirit stain or a paint.
Yeah.
Ebonizing lacquer or something like that. You watch your fingers.
Now. I did. Right. Your turn.
My turn.
Your turn.
I'll
come back and sand that in a minute.
Solo layout. My turn. Okay. So normally, let's turn them off. Actually, it might make it a bit clearer. That's better. Normally, when I do a mushroom, Keith's got his own tool that he's made. You can actually buy.
Actually,
you can buy a mushroom tool. I believe it's Crown that make it for getting in and doing the undercuts. Now, I've never used it on anything this thin. We will give it a go. Before I got that, what I used to use is my well-shaped, mullered, whatever you want to call it, parting tool.
Parting tool that parts around corners.
It's been used for stuff it shouldn't do, and hey ho. So I'm gonna start off with my parting tool, but before I do that, I'm just gonna take this down a bit. Just move that Taurus down a bit as well. Now I think I'm gonna lose all this bark here. Got a little
guys is bailing out. He's seen enough. Thanks for popping in, Stuart. Go and have your dinner. Or go and do some work. Dinner time's over.
Dinner time?
Dinner time is over. Hi, Jennifer.
That's not the original Jennifer.
Well, I think it is. I think it is. I didn't see her come in, but I see she's on the chat.
That, I'll be well versed in mushrooms by the end of the day. There's only 20 blanks already pre-tenoned up.
You're lucky I've only got 2. One that's on the lathe and another small one. Question from John S. What is the easy thing to turn for a newbie? He means I am a newbie. What Scott had when I first took him under my wing, John, I'd already drilled 50 blanks for cord pulls, and I said, there you go, turn them. I ain't turning that lot. You bloody are. Turn
Do you know what, Dad?
And that was about the best thing he did.
How are we doing on time?
We're doing 12 minutes past 1.
I think, as we're going back to my roots, I think we should do a cord pull before the end of this. I've got some blanks already done.
So have I, but I'm not sure whether they're not in this shed. They're in my reserve wood store. But I can soon go out and grab them anyway. So that's not a problem.
Do a mushroom and a
cord pull.
A cord pull.
Just to prove that we've still got it in us.
Well, that's how it started, wasn't it?
Oh, I have got a blank in here. I've got a manky old bit of a scabby oak, bit of turkey oak.
Bit of turkey oak?
Yeah, and the ironic thing is that's a bit from the museum as well. So,
right. So I've taken some of it out under there with the parting tool. Now with this tool, you're just using this very tip bit here. You don't want to be going down there. It will catch, it will bite, and it's just really gentle cuts. Try and keep it on center.
And gentle is another word that Scott's not good at. Twisted Pete is saying you can always go on to egg cups, because that involves several different cuts in, and as the progression is, do quite a few of the same thing. Don't just do one bowl for argument's sake and then class yourself as a bowl turner. Start small. Start with a bit of wood that doesn't cost you anything, or it's peanuts. Because if you screw it up, you're only going to burn it. You'll be gutted if you bought a bowl blank. What are they now? Anywhere between 10 and 25 quid, depending on the size, the species. You screw that up, you're going to be gutted. You're going to lose the will to want to keep turning.
You know, that's what we did. We went down to the local timber merchants. I think we spent about 50 quid on a bit of purple heart. That purple heart ended up in the bin.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money down the drain.
Practice.
Yeah.
It is. It's practice on the small things. Yes, we all want to turn a big bowl. Yes, we all want to do a big goblet, a hollow form, or whatever. Do it bit by bit. It's still going to be there in 3 months' time, if necessary, when you've had your practice, when you've got your tool control.
Let's have a look at that.
Question for Keith or Scott: can one of you guys demo turning a doorstop with a pommel cut with a skew? Yeah. Not today.
No, we can do that on another one.
Do that somewhere. I mean, I usually start my lives with a little warm up, Last week I did a dibber, 10-minute dibber on a bit of skanky old wood. Yesterday I did 2 spinning tops. Just gets your hand and your eyes and your brain used to something spinning, and you're not stabbing at it with a chisel.
No.
So a doorstop wouldn't be too much of a problem. Usually do them in pairs and cut them afterwards. Put a pommel on, or put whatever you want on each end. Usually a ball on the end.
I've
Quite often
actually,
I'd do it with a spindle gouge.
yeah, I've got a load of oak to do.
Right.
Someone's asked me if I can do one with an acorn on the end.
Okay.
So I might do that as a.
Yeah, like Steve Fleming says, every cut is a practice cut. It is.
Yeah.
But not everyone wants to admit that when they're learning.
So because I'm oiling this one, that's down to 240.
Each commission was 48 quid's worth of 11-inch walnut, and the one before that was a 16-inch cherry at £78. So this is what we're saying. You know, wood isn't cheap. It might grow on trees, but it's not bloody cheap. Not now.
No.
2 years ago, it wasn't so bad. It was probably half the price that we're paying now.
Once I've done all my mushrooms today, that will be me out of yew branch. I'll have to try and get some more 2-inch branch wood.
Might be worth having a word with matey over at Coolham.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, I'm going to cut this one off because it's done.
Right.
Then we can go back to you sanding. While you're doing that, I can read the chat.
Question from Douglas to me. What wood are you and Scott using? We're both using branch yew today, Douglas. Mine's a bigger branch than what Scott's is, but they're both yew. Yew looks really nice in mushrooms because you get the full colour palette on them.
There we go. One thin mushroom. Right, let's go back to you. And while we're doing that, I'll find a piece of wood for a cordiple.
Okay. Right.
What we're doing. Solo layout. There we go. I've got loads pre-drilled. Where is it? Oh look, the cordiple blank box.
Now, then. Is it me?
Yeah, it's you, mate.
Okay. Right. Well, all I'm going to do is just crank this up, slow the speed down a fraction, turn the extractor back on, and 80 grit underneath the head. Plenty of room for my fingers in trailing mode. So if I do get caught, my finger's going to get pulled away. I'm not going to be sanding up there. Dangerous. So sanding on the downward stroke of the wood. And it's end grain, so it's going to take a little bit of finishing, but I'm happy with that. Again, fingers underneath. And if you see how I'm holding the paper between thumb and forefinger, if the paper gets caught, it gets pulled out. So hold it like that. I'm supporting it on my finger.
Seth saying he needs to find a way of shipping wood to the UK. He's got oak and cherry overflowing from his storage.
You need to find an economical way of doing it.
Is gluing a good way to turn?
What do you mean gluing? Glue box. A glue box rather than a chuck. Not quite sure on that one. That's the 80.
What did you say? You got a bit of oak?
Yeah, I've got a bit of skanky old oak, but you don't have to use the same.
I'm not going to. I'm just. That's why I'm asking what you got. I'm going to find something different.
Right. Got a 120.
What's that? No. And you're going to go for a normal shape, are you?
I'll go for my traditional shape. Yeah.
Right, you dokes. Right. Let's go for a pretty bit of wood and a different shape.
Right, that's 120. Let's do a quick stop to see what it looks like. It feels okay. Looks okay. Good enough for me. 240.
Hodgepodge. Yeah, it's a shame. I've got to turn down accepting a free oak because he's run out of space.
400.
Mull Valley Makers still working his way for a load of Douglas fir from a loft conversion near him.
Right.
I've got.
Right, that's down to 400.
Yeah, I've got loads of wood, but it's never what I want to turn.
You should have loads of wood. The amount you've had from me.
Amount from you, what I've been buying, what I've acquired.
Right, sand and seal this right the way through. And all of a sudden, the colours pop.
There they are.
I told you they were underneath there. Right. The edge didn't
I know I
get
didn't put my hands back there.
waxed or polished last time, so now there's no bark on that piece. I can sand and seal that piece.
7 Hodge, find space, never know.
Wipe it off the excess.
Oh, so Pete saying he had a commission for 2 8-inch spheres in walnut a few years back.
Yeah.
The blank would have been 800 quid.
Yeah, because it's 4 inch.
A entire walnut tree delivered for 200. Yeah, it's
Being in the right place at the right time.
well, that's like you with that yew tree, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't afford it at the time, but I did. Got it. Can't say peanuts, but I got it for a good price. And, had it planked on site, which cost me more than it did the tree. Right, now I'm going to whip through and make a parting cut. And then I can sort the bark out.
How long have we been going? Just coming up to an hour. Mark's got to go. See you later, Mark.
Cheers, Mark.
If you look on eBay Market, there is you being sold. Cool, brilliant.
That's
and
down
door
to 2
60s.
inches. Hello, door. Sod's law, that bark's going to stop on the bottom there. Okay. In that case, it will stop on the bottom there.
Question: why is Keith's bigger than Scott's? Because we've just decided
age.
Yeah, age, and we've just decided to put our own spin on different projects. I could have done the same wood, the same size, but I decided to do something different.
You guys want to see different things. A lot of you don't know what you can do, what you can't do, how you can do it, where you can do it, why you should do it. there's a lot of different questions out there that have come up on my lives over the past 7-8 weeks.
Hodge says if he ever comes to the UK, he'll bring some wood blanks for bartering or free drinks at the pub. Barry's Wood Creations is in.
Oh, Barry. Right, that's wood wax 22. Just a light coat, because we've seen people whacking it on as if someone else has given it to them, and having a bit of a job getting it a decent shine on it, ending up like a 78 record where the wax is just run round in rings.
So Chris Dodd is saying he's only been turning a year, and the guy who taught him said to practice on wassa. Don't know what that is.
Where you from, Chris? I've heard of wassa, but I didn't think it was that readily available over here. Right.
How close are you to being done on that one, Dad?
I'm just going to part off the bottom, or finish parting off the bottom. I just need to slide the toolie resty downy so that when it comes off it doesn't whack at the fingers.
Whack at the fingers.
Whack at the fingers. A bit more.
Cool, I can't remember the last time I turned a cord pull. Throwing myself right in it here.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
My intention is to
It's like a bean
all the way
tree.
through. I might
Steve Scott's got to shoot off. He
moment.
says, thanks, guys. Take care, everyone.
So I can just about see with that light there.
He's delivered me a parcel. That's nice to have me.
This is going to leave a little nub in the bottom, but 4.5 inch wood is not the easiest to part through. It's easier than moving the other camera down. Right, yeah. So I've got a little pimple on the bottom, but that's my take on a 4.5 inch mushroom. It's about 5 inches tall. Haven't bothered with the bottom inch, but why all the ladies come over and do this. Quite happy to put that up for sale. So
right,
swap you back to the boy.
A cord pull. What we'll do, I think we'll go for the complete project on this one from each of us.
Yeah.
So I have got, as I turned you on that, I've got another piece of yew. This has got all different inclusions, different grains. So hopefully it should turn out a really nice bit. So the first thing we've got to do is get it round.
No, you're kidding. What do you want to do that for?
Don't know. Now I'm turning this on cord pull centre from Axminster. So it's being driven friction.
I could be turning it on something like that if I can find something.
That rough and gouge is
blunt.
Rough and gouge needs a little bit of a sharpen. Let's get the little rough and gouge out then, because I know this one's sharp.
Not one. I'll use that one. I'm not watching chat at the moment.
You're not watching the chat?
No,
Oh,
the jaws are dropped out. So
oh dear.
got to realign them. Chat amongst yourself, guys.
How's that looking?
I'll be with you in a minute.
You think so?
Right. One jaw not right. Why is it you can?
Right. So, that's roughly round.
Right. Let's try that. Third attempt. Keith, have you dropped your drawers? Not yet. I don't like these. I can see why. I've gone 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. No wonder they didn't want to.
You've gone what?
Ask about face.
Oh, right.
I think is the technical term that we all understand. Right. 1. That's why they number them, so you get them in the wrong way round.
I wouldn't expect any different from you.
All of a sudden, it looks like it might even line up. It does. It does. The problem is now they're too small. So, talk amongst yourselves. Don't normally do cord pulls on
So
that
you're not
lathe.
watching the chat?
No, I'm trying to find some jaws that are closed down tight enough. Because the problem I've got on this lathe is if I can't mount a
What is going on here?
drive in the headstock because I can't get the drive out. Down a bit.
Right. So I've had a bit of fun here.
Good.
I've had an inclusion that's decided didn't like me. So it's going to be a shorter, more stubby cord pull. Or as they say, a design opportunity.
Or technically known to you as a cock up.
No, that wasn't my fault.
I always say that. You've said that every time. Wasn't my
I didn't
fault.
see the crack in the wood.
Right ones.
Right, how are we doing?
I'm not doing very well at the moment.
Lovely jubbly. I can work with that.
Good. Don't race.
I'm not. I'm turning it at my normal speed.
Right, so it's going to have to be a set of C jaws on there and use the middle. Get a set that match. 1, 2.
What's the chat saying?
No. Right. Hope they've been talking to themselves.
Doop, doop, doop.
3.
So Pete Twisted Trees has got a premiere tonight at 10 o'clock.
4.
So that'll be after Wayne the Woodturner, who's on at 8.
I do have the video on of the build up on YouTube. scratch. Don't worry about the numbers on the chart. One.
You talking to yourself?
Yeah,
First sign of madness, that is.
I got the right bloody answer as well.
See, I quite often talk to myself when I'm turning. I just need some expert advice. Now we're looking down this bottom.
No, I'm not having a lot of luck here, mate.
Aren't you?
I'm getting a pair of jaws that will actually hold.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me just do one, and then we'll you look at the chat.
I've got one last set which I know will fit, but they're going to be. Yeah, we can make them fit.
Just want to take that down a little bit thinner. Now all my corporal blanks are all pre-drilled. They have a 4mm hole all the way through.
Two.
There we go.
4.
Still don't like this bottom bit. This bottom bit's too fat.
Okay. I'm there. It's going to be a little bit unorthodox, but I'm there.
Nice.
Short tool rest.
So I'm just using the spindle gouge to do a skew cut.
That's okay. Right. I'm set up.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Cool. I want some paper.
Model 3 Light Brothers.
So we'll turn that down.
Thinking. So I think that's obviously a comment to something made earlier on. Not sure what you mean there, Baz. He reckons it'll make you walk funny, mate, that one.
All right.
Yeah, I know what he means. It's his very warped sense of humour. Being a frog as well.
It's that Kentish cider, mate.
What, inside or outsider?
Yeah. How are we doing on time?
We are 40 minutes to past 1.
Okay.
So
an hour and 10 we've been going.
That ain't bad.
What do you reckon for a corporal for you? 15?
Yeah, no problem. Only the one?
Yeah. I don't want to hold people up too long.
No.
I think we'll go one each. I'm nearly done. I'm just sanding and then I'll finish.
Well, generally they're in until past 2, at least 2.
Yeah.
I know we set it a bit earlier today.
Yeah, I've got bits to get on with later on. Yeah. So, as I'm going to use Yorkshire grit, I'm just going to sand it down at 240.
Keith, could you do 20 in 15 minutes? No. Not on this wood, I couldn't. And I couldn't anyway.
Once we get going, though, we knock them out really quick.
We can knock them out reasonably fast, yeah. This is
It's the muscle
bit
memory,
of
isn't it?
turkey yolk, so it's not going to be the easiest to...
Is that like that bowl blank you gave me?
That's
turkey yolk, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a bit of the wood that's been cut on our old horizontal saw in the wood yard down the museum.
Right, so there we go. That's...
I could probably do 20 spinning tops, Pete, but not 20 corpals. I do have a little
that's
bit.
just a piece of chestnut cellulose. No,
acrylic.
That's not. That's the acrylic. It's not the cellulose because I've run out of the cellulose. I need to place an order with chestnut, but they'll have to wait for a bit. I'll just let that dry out a bit. I want that stuff done.
So how many we got in today?
I don't know. I'll have a look in a minute.
Can't easily go from 2 screens.
We have 53 still watching at this present time. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully you've all popped across to my channel as well, or you will pop across to my channel. Circular Wood by Keith.
Yorkshire grit it. So this is just the normal Yorkshire grit, the original. Right. So put it on. I always put it on with the lathe not running.
So what's the wood?
It's a piece of you, mate.
Is it? Okay. It's a crappy old bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder where it come from.
Yeah. My reject bin.
See, do you see what I have to put up with? You know, poor old Andy was left in a basket beside the river by Wayne.
Yeah.
And I was a raggy doll.
Yeah.
In the reject bin.
In the reject bin.
Do you treat Lynn like this as well?
Sometimes. Mole Valley's right. Off into the shed. See you later. Thanks, Mole, for stopping by. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope we've given you a little bit of a laugh.
Right, so we'll lose that bit of paper.
It's Dave, isn't it, at Mole Valley, I believe.
I'm not sure. I need to have a look at the list. So just increase the speed a little bit.
Yeah. There's a question.
He's only up the road.
For you.
Yeah.
Michael asked, how often do you find the extraction funnel underneath the lathe? How do you find the extraction funnel underneath the lathe?
So I got this idea off Dale. Now, when Dale done it, it worked really well. For me, it will work once I've sorted out the few teething problems. So it's a 4-inch diameter, and I've made it go to a 63 on a bend. So I find it blocks quite a lot. So when I get round to redoing it,
is not the ideal thing.
Yeah, not on a bend as well. So when I redo it, then I'll make it thingy. The reason it's not on at the moment is because the bin is full outside. So I need to go and empty it. But I have got an overhead extractor type thing, which is connected to a hydroponics fan and just some ducting above. All right. So we're going to use Hampshire Sheen's microcrystalline wax on this because it's a corporal, because it's going to be handled. Microcrystalline is a harder wax. Doesn't show fingerprints up as much. Some people finish them with CA.
Which I would do.
Others finish them with lacquer. So that's on there. I just want a clean bit of towel.
He couldn't do an extraction system like yours. He loses too many pencils already.
That's the other thing I am going to do. I'm going to put a bit of chicken wire or wire mesh across it.
Stop the chickens flying in.
Stop the chickens flying in. No, stop me dropping things down it.
That'll never happen.
I had to retrieve my centre from there this morning. Right. Come on. This is where you hit that. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it off.
Back of the hand stabber.
Remove that bit. I really don't fancy.
Start the lathe and it comes off easy.
No, it's done there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Looks like Terry's off. He's had enough of taking the mickey out of each other. So he's going to go.
See you later, Terry. Right.
Thanks for stopping, Terry.
Let's put you back on. Contenders ready. Right, we can't see your lathe at all, Dad.
No, I know. I've until I got the someone's moved the camera. It's here somewhere. I knocked it when I was trying to get the jaws off.
There we go. Right.
So that is a piece of turkey oak, light pull drive, 60-degree centre, with fairly high revs. Slice off the corners. Squealing is when the friction loses its grip.
When jamming is sand sod floor, the pencil will fall vertical through the chicken wire. Still got 51 in. That's brilliant. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. Be really appreciated. If you liked what you've seen today or like the idea, then let us know. Or if you'd be interested in taking part. Again, send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, or through the bluelightturner.com. And then we will see what we can sort out. So Colin likes the idea of that, but don't have big extraction tubes. You don't have to have big extraction.
It's a bit big, that one, so manually chomp it down. I can use it this side. Use the side of it, the wing of it, as a skew. get my final shape. My final shape is that. Quick sand. I think we're only going to need the 120 and 240. Had it all set up neatly to start with. It's gone by the by. 120.
Ben San, is it just a camera angle or are your sleeves rubbing against the chuck?
No, I'm well clear. My sleeves are relatively tight. I am safe. By touching it, I can put my finger on it, touch the jaws. Yeah. Always on the trailing edge though. Right, that's 120. This has got 240 written on it, so we'll use that. So always sand underneath when it's coming towards you. Never sand on the top, because you're going to end up with problems. You need the paper pulled out of your hand rather than driven into it. If I want to sand on the top, I will do that. Now I can sand on the top, because if the paper gets pulled out of my hand, it'll go straight into the dust extractor. Yeah. I'm fortunate that I've got reverse on this one. Not many, or not that many of you have got reverse. But it is useful to have at times. I use it quite a lot on bowls, particularly if they're of the bigger variety. 400.
See if you use Yorkshire grit.
No, I'm not going to use Yorkshire grit on this. I'm going to finish mine completely different to what you do. So drop the speed down to about that. Find a bit of loo roll, tear it in half. Now, using kitchen roll with CA, let's put that up for a minute, kitchen roll is too absorbent. This is a bit of 2-ply commercial loo roll. I want 12 thicknesses of it. There's 3, there's 6, there's 12. Now all I'm doing is putting
4 canals just joined
on this little bit of paper. I'm not putting it on a 12-inch square. So I'm conservative. So medium CA, couple of drips on the paper, and I'm following it down, dripping it on, wiping it in. And as it's medium, it will work a treat. That's all I'm doing. When this is dry a bit later on, I will take it off and I will buff it. But that's a bit of turkey oak. Some really nice colours in there. The camera's not doing it a lot of justice. Turn that light off. It's a little bit better. But
you can see it. No, it's looking really good.
Yeah. Now that'll be nice and shiny, but I don't want to touch that now. So that's that.
Right, let's bring us both back.
Let's go and change the camera so you got me rather than not me.
I can see that as well. There we go. Right. Have we got Keith back? No, we've still got
Nearly.
that call full.
Uh,
So
you have got me back now when I get to the other end of the workshop.
I hope everyone's enjoyed it. Obviously, as I said, it's something that we've been talking about, and then last night we went, let's do it with less than like 12 hours. So we're going to try different projects. If anyone else
If someone wants to
is
have a go with
interested,
one of us,
yeah, give us a shout.
message us. Yeah, shout at us.
Well up for it. I say if any of the internationals want to get involved, then there we go. But there's some simple projects today. I said mushrooms last night. Keith said goblets.
I said goblets and mushrooms. So
Yeah, but I've got a commission, so I'll be on to that. So there's the one from today.
yeah,
There's my practice one from this morning.
I didn't bother with a practice one.
I haven't turned a mushroom for a little while.
No.
And then obviously my cord pull. It's quite a little one. That's probably more ideal for blinds or something like that. So that's that from us, guys and girls. Thank you everyone that's been in.
I just made a comment on there. I think he's referring to me putting it into reverse. I just didn't know if it made any difference for whatever reason. I just automatically always turned it off first. Mine, I can swing between forward and reverse because it comes to a stop. Most of the three-phase ones will, because you actually go through the off in the motor. But just have a look at your instructions first.
Okay, so tonight we have Wayne the Woodturner on at 8 o'clock. Head over and watch Wayne, followed by a premiere from Pete at Twisted Trees. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday.
No,
not
tomorrow's
sure who.
Friday. It's Thursday
No,
tonight, isn't it?
no, it's Wednesday today.
Is it? Oh well, there you go.
I'm
all over the
so
place.
yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. I don't think Steve's live at lunchtime because he's now got a big project on at work. I am.
Yeah.
I'm live tomorrow night. Going to be doing a project with an item that was sent to me by Ian at IDR Woodturning. Not sure whether it's going to be an end grain bowl or something with some acrylic.
Looks like Andy's off. Cheers, Andy. Thanks for stopping by,
Cheers,
mate.
Andy.
Be glad when you can come in and join us.
I will decide that tomorrow. Friday. It is round 3, the penultimate round of a Battle of the Makers. It's 1-1 at the moment to myself and Lewis and Richard and Wayne. That's right. I was reading. Then, yeah, as Doug said, Rich is doing an invade after my live tomorrow. Brian at Hartwood is going to do a live at 1 o'clock tomorrow lunchtime. So head over and support Brian. Then you'll also have Stace Friday evening. And then all the rest. Head over to the bluelightturner.com /maker schedule and you'll find all the bits on there. On the bottom of the screen at the moment is a link to the Made Me, if anyone's interested in having a look at that. But thanks for coming in. It's been a really enjoyable live.
It's been a different live, and it's made it a bit more human at times. And
you know, maybe we can take it a little bit different, or have more people joining in, or stuff like that. But
if anyone's interested, just let us know.
Yeah.
One of us would be more than happy to have a go. You know, we might be able to make it a 3-way a bit later on.
We could have the 3 amigos rather than the 2. The 2 Ronnies.
Yeah. So it all depends on allocated time. I think if we were doing a 3, it would need to be of an evening when people have got more time. a 2 of a lunchtime when you're in for an hour and a half is not a bad time.
No.
I mean, I've gone in excess of hour and a half a couple of times on a couple of my lives, only because I wanted to finish it and people were still there, so we kept going.
So,
So
right.
we're at 2 o'clock now. So
I know. So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
And it's good night from him. And we shall see you all soon.
And
Bye-bye.
bye, guys.